Hello, Cancers, and welcome to this, your April 1st through April 15th reading and predictions. I hope everyone is staying warm. As you can see, I am just layered up. I have 4 layers of clothing on. I am freezing cold as I record this video for you, but we're going to get through it. We are also just passing through, or having just passed through, the spring equinox, and as well, during the period of time covering this reading, we are going to experience an eclipse. Holy cow, there are a lot of energies moving around for you, Cancer. Now, a couple of things before we dive into your reading. First of all, please watch this video all the way till the end. There's 2 reasons for that. First of all, I have a gift for you at the very end. How many of us don't walk through life all day, every day going, "Oh, I just need a yes or a no answer. Oh my goodness, I just need an answer. Please give me an answer. Which way do I go?" So at the end of this video, I will be pulling cards for you with yes or no on them. So have your yes or no question prepared. The other reason is a self-serving reason, asking you to please watch the video all the way to the end. And that is because I am not yet monetized, despite having made these videos for you for 2 years. And I need a few more watch hours. So please let the video play all the way through. Now, Cancer, your reading. The last reading I did for you, covering the time frame March 15th through March 31st, the cards came up. Make a decision, make a decision, make a decision, over and over and over again. And then they indicated that once you had finally made a decision, Cancer, things were going to really start happening in your life. So let's get started. Let's see where you're at. We're going over here. Let's see where you're at. Have you made that decision and started taking action on it? Has the transformation begun? Oh, we have cards flying out. So many cards have come out. What we're going to do is collect up the cards that have come out, and then we're going to shuffle those cards up and find out what the answers really are for you, because when this many cards come out, if I were to actually read this many cards for you for where you're at now, we would not be able to get into the meaty part of your reading, and that would be what you are focusing on, as well as difficult influences and unexpected. All right, that one is flipped over. Let's try again. All right, Lightseer Tarot, we need 2, maybe 3 cards for where Cancer is at right now. One more time through the deck. All right, so we do have 2 cards that have jumped out. Let's take a quick look. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups and we have the 7 of Cups, and they did come out in this order, with the 8 first and the 7 second. The 8 of Cups is about walking away from that which no longer serves your highest good. So, based on the last reading that I did for you, covering the time frame March 15th through the 31st, showing that you had a decision to make, it does look as though you have gone ahead and made a decision, and that you are now walking away from something that wasn't serving you. What am I picking up for you intuitively, Cancers? Okay. For many of you, what you are walking away from, I want to divide you into 2/3 and 1/3. So 2/3 of you, the vast majority of you, are taking a good hard look at your career, taking a good hard look at the way that you interact with money and the way that you earn money, as well as the way that you spend money. And there are certain aspects to that part of your life that you are looking at making changes, including walking away from something that just is not working for you. Now, for some of you, that may be walking away from a job, working for someone else. It may be walking away from a self-employment um, endeavor that didn't work out or didn't pan out the way that you had seen it working out. But there definitely, for the vast majority of you, I'm picking up that what you are walking away from, and this is for where you're at now, as we move from March into April, There's just something that's not working for you and you're walking away from it with regards to money. For some of you also, it might just be a habit that you have about money. You might be reviewing, what's coming up in your credit card. Oh, I'm subscribed to this and I'm subscribed to that and I'm subscribed to this. And oh my God. And at the end of the month, you're looking at a few $100s on your credit card for products and services that you're really not using. So I am picking that up as well, that if you have monthly subscriptions to certain things, you might want to be looking at that at this time, Cancer, and walking away from the ones you're not using so that you have that financial abundance to put elsewhere in your life. For the 1/3 of you, I do feel like this is the walking away from a relationship that wasn't working for you. Maybe a romantic relationship, it could be a partnership, a business partnership, but either way, Cancers, you're walking away and you're stepping into the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is about making a decision, but it is about making a decision without allowing ourselves to go into fantasy land. Um, Unfortunately, the Lightseer Tarot doesn't depict it the same way that some of the other decks do. But essentially, you'll notice, that game where somebody puts a candy or a marble or something underneath a bowl, and there's three bowls, and then they mix up all the bowls, and you have to try and follow it around and then make a decision. Oh, where did the marble or the candy go? Which bowl is it under? That is the message of the Seven of Cups, that you do have a decision to make, but it's kind of confusing because everything keeps moving around. For some people, not everyone, but for some people, Cancer, this causes them to go into this because it's a form of gambling, right? That particular game where you line up the bowls and you lay a bet about whether you can find the candy underneath the bowl. Um, this card has that energy that you're making a decision at this time that may be being based on something that's not really realistic. So watch out for that energy. That's not to say that you're going to make a bad decision. It's just to say, watch out for those energies coming in, that if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. And you're going to want to move on from that. I just realized I'm all lopsided. It's because it's cold. All right, let's move into what you are focusing on. Where are you putting your energies? And as we know, wherever you put your energies and your thoughts is what you create and manifest in your life. I do have one card. It flipped out. It's on the floor over there. So I will pick that up in just a moment. What else are the Cancers focusing on for the first half of April? Oh, apparently a whole bunch. All right, let's get the first card off the floor here. Playfulness. Playfulness. So you are focusing on bringing more play into your life. Given that your last reading showed that you had a decision to make, and then you were going to be moving into this creator mode and transformation mode, and that you were really, really changing things, and that this shows that you are walking away from something. This shows that you may be being tempted into something that's too good to be true, but you're aware of it now, so you're less likely to get taken in by it. It's not really surprising to see the playfulness card come out in what you are focusing on, because the energies of your past few readings, as well as the very beginning of this reading, are very, very serious. And so focusing on some play and bringing that into your life is wonderful. You have the 10 of Wands here as well. This card is the suppression card. Now, this card is also known as the burden card. It is the card of feeling like you are carrying around somebody else's burden, right? A lot of people see the 10 of Wands and they think, oh, burden. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm carrying around so many burdens and I'm so burdened and I have way too much on my plate and too much going on. But the reality is that when we dig down into the ancient energies of the tarot and the intended meaning behind it, the tarot is about accountability. It's about us taking responsibility for our own lives. And therefore, when the 10 of Wands comes up, it's about us looking at the suppression or the burdens that we have allowed into our lives and then shifting those. It's about accountability and recognizing. A lot of people say, "Oh my goodness, I hate my job. I hate my life. I never have enough money. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do?" Negative, 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 negative. And when they are confronted with the reality that that burden of negativity that they're carrying around is because they are choosing not to make any choices that have the ability to improve their life circumstances. Okay. And some people say, "Yeah, but I'm stuck in this dead end job." Are you really stuck in the job? You see what I mean? And this is not nice work. It is not something that counselors such as myself, I'm not just a psychic and tarot reader. I'm also a certified counselor and a certified hypnotherapist. So I do this kind of work all the time. And this is when you get down to the nitty gritty of the accountability. And when you start looking at people's excuses as to why they are unhappy, you really come into the energy of this 10 of Wands. And people don't like this. They don't like to be called out on it. But when they actually do the work and make those shifts and have those aha moments, magic happens. You want to know what happens? They let go of the past. Oh my goodness, look at this. 8 of Cups. Again, second time. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. They let go. They let go of the past. They walk away from the excuses. They step into their accountability. And then what happens? They transform. They step into transformation. Excuse me. Transformation, Cancer. And if memory serves, you had this card come up as one of your final cards in your last reading. So the fact that you had the transformation card come up as one of the final cards in your reading, moving out of March and into April, and now moving into April, you have this card again. This card is indicating that there is an aspect of yourself, an aspect of belief systems that is no longer working for you, and you are done. You are walking away. Congratulations, Cancer. Welcome to a whole new world of opportunities. I'm serious. And as much as I can sit here and say this and so on, I'm not making light of it. It is not always an easy path to walk to have the 8 of Cups come up twice and then have the transformation card, to have to do this accountability work with this 10 of Wands and the suppression card. It's not always easy work, but I promise you, it is probably some of the most rewarding work that you will ever do, Cancers. All right, moving into difficult influences and challenges. I do want to point out as well that the transformation card corresponds to the number 13 card in the major arcana of the tarot. And the number 13 card, of course, is the death card. It is not talking about literal death. It is talking about death of an aspect of yourself, a belief system that this card turned over. So I'm just going to pull that one out. It is in the reverse, so I will read it that way. The death card or transformation card is about that. It's about letting go of an aspect of ourselves, letting go of a belief system that we've held for a long time that is no longer working for us. And in so doing, we literally go into transformation. In your difficult influences, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Sorry about the lighting. I apologize. I am kind of really struggling at the moment with my video. There we go. Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. Ace of Wands in reverse is a card. So the Ace of Wands is a card of new beginnings. The Wands represents the element of fire. Somebody lights fire under your butt. You're probably going to want to move, take action. It's in reverse. So it has the double meaning because it's also in your difficult influences and challenges, Cancer. What this is telling me is that there is a new beginning being presented to you, obviously, right? Transformation card, Eight of Cups twice, decision being made, okay? There's a new beginning being presented to you, a new opportunity being presented to you. I want to say, again, we're going to go back to this 2/3 and 1/3. At least 2/3 of you, this new beginning and new opportunity directly relates to how you interact with finances and money. Either taking a good hard look at your credit card, what are you not using and yet you're being billed every month for, and also looking at your job or career. Is it still working for you? What's not working for you? Begin to make changes, transformation. Walk away from that which no longer serves your highest good. Let go. This in your difficult influence is saying you're bumping up against it. I don't want to make a change. Oh my goodness, I can't make a change. Oh, it's overwhelming. Oh, there's too much to do. Um, yeah, you have the potential. You have the potential. You have the ability. You have the capacity. You have everything you need. We always do have everything we need. What's the number one thing that typically holds us back from making a career change? I'd love to hear your comments. So pause the video, whatever, put your comments down below. What is the number one thing that prevents us from stepping up and stepping into a major transformation of ourselves? I give you the answer. It's us getting in our own way. It's us saying, I can't change jobs right now because I have bills to pay next week and I need my paycheck. Well, yes, that might be true. But if you were to actually start sending your resume out, you could have a higher paying job in 2 weeks' time. Potentially. Not always. But the point is that we get in our own way. That's what the 10 of Wands is talking about. We prevent ourselves. So, Cancer. Let's take a look at messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. Death is an illusion. Understand why this card is coming up, except for the fact that you have the transformation card. It corresponds to the death card. It's not about literal, actual death. It is about allowing an aspect of ourselves that's no longer working to die. It's an illusion. And we also have choose love over fear. Absolutely. Lead by example. This card, this message from the universe is about taking the bull by the horns, no longer making excuses, and just making changes, moving into that transformation, letting go of the past. Lead by example. You know, what's coming in for me intuitively to share with you at this time is look at someone like Elon Musk, right? If you tell him you can't do it, he's probably going to come up the next day with an idea as to how he can do it. Okay. You tell the vast majority of the 8 billion people alive on this planet right now that you can't do something, 98% plus will say, yep, you're right, I can't. Hands up in the air, yep, you're right, I can't. But the people that we look up to, the people who we are practically envious of because of their ability to succeed, are the ones that are leading by example. They are the ones, Cancer, who are saying, wait, you said I couldn't do that? Hold my blank. And, I mean, in Canada, we say, hold my beer and watch this. Unless, of course, you're a Tim Hortons coffee drinker, then you say, hold my Timmies and watch this, right? Lead by example. Okay, disclaimer here. I'm not encouraging you to go out and do something completely insane. I'm not encouraging you to go out there and do something that is dangerous or crazy. But I am encouraging you that if you have a burning or a yearning in your heart and in your soul to make changes in your life, then make the changes. Lead by example. Because when you go out on a limb and do that, other people are going to go, wow, that's encouraging. I can go do that too. And that's leading by example. All right, Cancer, forgive yourself. All right. Forgive yourself. This one is an important message for you because when you are going through the accountability aspect and going, oh, why didn't I walk away before? When you have 2 8 of Cups here saying walk away, when you finally make up your mind and you do walk away, there is going to be that emotional bubble up that's going to say, why didn't I do it sooner? And you're going to beat yourself up over it. And that's why this message is really important for you right now, moving into April. Forgive yourself, Cancer. Let's move into what is unexpected. I'm getting called back over to the Osho Zen. Unexpected for Cancer. And it's on the floor. Almost caught it. All right, so we just have one card that's come out in the unexpected for you, Cancer. It is the receptivity card. There we go. The unexpected receptivity card is asking you to be open to the possibilities. Be receptive to the possibilities that are now presenting themselves to you. As you do this accountability work with this 10 of Wands, as you walk away from that which is no longer serving your highest good, as you begin to transform yourself, Cancer, be receptive and open to the possibilities that are coming in for you. Let's move into your final general overall outcome. We are going back over to the tarot. And then we are going to pull yes, no cards for your question. All right. Final general overall outcome. All right. Final general overall outcome. We have the Page of Pentacles. Good news is coming your way. Good news regarding finances, the Page of Pentacles. Now, the page is younger, the page is naive, the page doesn't always have all of the answers, but the page is very ambitious, and the Page of Pentacles in particular brings good news about money and finances and career. And the other card you have in your final overall outcome, I'm actually really not all that surprised to see this card. This is the Heirophant. And for those of you who have watched my videos in the past, you will know that, in my humble opinion, doing Heirophant work is um, probably a pretty powerful shift for a lot of people. So, just briefly, in case you're not familiar with the Heirophant asks us to explore and dive deeply into the institutions in our life. The very first institution that the vast majority of us come into contact with is the institution of our own family. That's the belief systems and traditions of our own family. The next one that we traditionally bump into would be that of the society in which we're being raised. And very close behind, and these two sometimes get muddled up, is the institution of religion. From there, we move into the institution of the educational system that we are being raised in. And it is different. There's different ways of educating our children, and that differs around the world as well. And then we move into post-secondary institutions. Yes, post-secondary colleges and universities. They're called institutions for a reason. Just saying. And then from there, we move into whatever business or career or job. And that is also a culture or institution that has its own set of belief systems. The work of the Hierophant is to break down those belief systems that we have been raised with and take a hard look at them and go, you know what? That's really not working for me anymore. What do you mean? I've never. So, take for example, and I'm just going to go really broad, really out there for you, Cancer. Take for example, monogamy. Okay. The vast majority of the religions in the world, the vast majority, I know that there are some that don't subscribe to monogamy, but the vast majority of the religions in the world subscribe to monogamy, as do the societies that we live in. Now, for some humans, they're raised very strict with the philosophy of monogamy. And yet, deep within their heart, they know that they can love more than one person at a time. And so the work of the Hierophant comes in for those people, and they very deeply explore the belief system of monogamy and determine whether it still serves their highest good. Now, I'm just throwing that out there as a purely hypothetical example, just so that you can get an idea, Cancer, of exactly the power behind the Hierophant work. It is big work, it is deep work, and oftentimes the end result is us individually bucking the system, bumping up against long held institutional belief systems. And so that's how we're going to end off your reading, that as you move in through the month of April, as you are walking away with these two Eight of Cups, as you begin to transform yourself, the general overall outcome for you is going to be doing this deep Hierophant work, because that is part of your transformation. All right, Cancer. Bring to mind your yes/no question. Some people like to close their eyes and ask their question several times in their mind as I shuffle the cards, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards until we have one card out, and we do. All right, it is face down. So, Cancer, in response to your question, your answer is not the right time. Not the right time. Okay. Cancers, thank you so much for being here and watching all the way until the end. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. It would help me out a lot if you would hit that like button, subscribe. And as always, I am available for private consultations. My contact details are in the description box below. Thank you so much. And I hope that you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading for you in the middle of April.